Greetings and welcome to another MBL seminar with myself, Paul Sams. Little background about me. I've been a property lawyer for over 2 decades. I used to have hair, but I think that's my children have caused that to fall out rather than the law itself. I am the managing partner of a firm called Dutton Gregory that is based predominantly on the south coast of England with offices across Hampshire, Dorset, Surrey and also in Merseyside. My background is that I've specialised in property law, as I say, for 2 decades, predominantly in residential with a bit of commercial, a lot of residential development work. Also, I have niche practice interests in relation to leasehold enfranchisement and equity release, which I've spoken on extensively, including for my good friends here at MBL. So you're joining me here today to go through this course called a Transfers of Equity, a Practical Guide for Conveyancers. And I'll start by saying this. In every firm I've worked in, including this one, until recently, workflows, anyone that's worked at a firm that has a workflow and a practice management system, I know not everyone does, the transfer of equity workflow has always been the weakest. We've recently updated ours when we changed our practice management system, and it's actually pretty strong. But transfers of equity have always been one of those things that people do, but they perhaps don't give it the time and attention, I would suggest, that they would a sale purchase, or dare I say it, a remortgage. And there'll often be a transfer of equity that takes place alongside a remortgage. The aim of today is not to scare you. Neither myself nor NBL ever want to scare any of you. The idea is to give you practical help to take into your everyday working lives, to assist your clients and your colleagues and yourself with peace of mind. But treat transfers of equity with the same respect that you would any other property transaction. And so if you take nothing else away from today, please do that. Treat every transfer of equity file with the same respect you would any other transaction. Now, that is not the end of the webinar. We've still got several minutes to go through, but I want to say that at the start and I'll say it at the end too. So what will we have a look at today? We'll look at the legal process, the key steps and documentation that are involved with a transfer of equity. And of course, there are nuances, which I'll go through when we talk about it. When lender consent is required, and that's a more straightforward question in a way than perhaps it sounds. Drafting and reviewing the TR1 form accurately, and we'll talk about transfer forms in more detail when we get to that section. Stamp duty, land tax and transfers of equity, which I know confuses people and definitely confuses clients. Insolvency considerations. That's quite detailed, got some detailed case law about that. It is definitely the section I would say to pay attention to. Common regulatory pitfalls and how to avoid them, of where things can go wrong. And I've produced hopefully a sensible guide to help you with that. And the relevant case law throughout. There are quite a lot of cases that involve transfers of equity and joint ownership to an extent as well. And we'll touch upon all of those today.